Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, June 1st, first day of hurricane season. We want to welcome you and thank you for helping us to be prepared. I want to particularly thank our chairman, Jose Pepe Diaz, our commissioner, Rebecca Sosa, and all the members of the Board of County Commissioners who stand in support each and every year as we prepare for this time. We have the American Red Cross, the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, Florida Power and Light, and the National Weather Service as key partners, and many others. And of course, I want to thank our incredible emergency management team that works so hard all year round, and especially during this critical season to keep us safe from all emergencies, hurricanes, pandemics, and anything in between. It's an all hazards approach to disaster preparation and response. And I am especially excited today to introduce to you our newly appointed Assistant Director for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, responsible for the Office of Emergency Management, Pete Gomez. Pete?
Thank you, Mayor.
All right. He is, this is not his first rodeo or hurricane, so welcome, Pete.
Thank you.
Very good. And so today marks the first day of the 2022 hurricane season. It runs from June 1st to November 30th. And to all of our residents, it's time to listen up, to get prepared, to keep an eye out on Miami-Dade County's communications channels for the most updated information on developing storms when they happen, so together we can all stay safe. This year, we expect intense activity once again, and we're already monitoring developing weather systems. We're tracking the remnants of Hurricane Agatha, the mystery hurricane, which could become a tropical depression as it moves northeast towards our country. Regardless of development, we're expecting to get heavy rain on Friday and Saturday, and so that is a critical reminder that the time to get ready for hurricanes is now. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration is forecasting an above normal season with 14 to 21 named storms, 6 to 10 that could become hurricanes, and 3 to 6 that could be major hurricanes. But we all know too well that just one storm can cause a catastrophic impact on our community, so we will not skip or skimp on preparations to make sure we are all safe and prepared as we can possibly be. So I want to remind residents of 4 key steps to take to be prepared this hurricane season. Number 1, stay informed. Number 2, be storm ready. Number 3, make a plan. And number 4, get your shot. I've had my second booster, and I'm so glad I have. So first, to stay informed. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for everyone to stay informed before, during, and after a storm. Whenever we face a storm, having accurate information readily available is key, and there are several ways you can get updates from the county. So go to our website, miamidade.gov, to sign up for Miami-Dade Alerts. It's simple and easy. Just type alerts into the search window and follow the directions from there. We have an app. Download the app, Ready Miami-Dade. It's on your phone, it's on your iPad. Everyone should have it on their smartphones as we head into hurricane season. You can download it today, and it has up-to-date information. It's available through your Apple Store or through Google Play. And follow us on the county's Twitter and Facebook accounts, or call 311. Our emergency line. Second, what does it mean to be storm ready? As we speak, the 2022 Hurricane Readiness Guide is being delivered to every household in the county with information in English, Spanish, and Creole. I got mine. Did you get yours? Okay. So they've been hitting the mailboxes for the past few weeks, and if you haven't received one, you should get it very soon. They're also available online at miamidade.gov/hurricane and at our libraries. So please, if you have not received one, you can pick one up at the library or download it. And here's what you can do to be storm ready. Each and every one of us needs to take these steps. Trim your trees if you have trees. Prepare your storm shutters. Have enough food and supplies on hand to keep your family safe for 72 hours. After the storm has passed, and remember, you do not need to go out and buy water. Miami-Dade County water is excellent, first rate. Put it in containers and keep it ready for an emergency. We also encourage you to take advantage of the state's tax-free hurricane tax holiday. This is on, it started just a couple of days ago and runs through June 10th. So we encourage you to take advantage and buy your supplies today. So third, what does it mean to make a plan? We want to make sure all residents know exactly what they need to do and where they will need to go if a hurricane affects us. So first of all, do you live in a flood zone? That's important to know. More than half of our residents in Miami-Dade County live in a storm surge evacuation zone. Every resident should know if you live in an area that is prone to flooding. And so how do you find out? Visit miamidade.gov/hurricane. Next, what will you do if you need to evacuate? Prepare to leave early to get to a safe location until after the storm passes and the roads are clear to return home. The county's priority will be serving our elderly and special needs residents first. If you are going to evacuate because you live in a storm surge zone, you only need to travel a couple of dozen miles to get out of the evacuation zone. So remember, you run from the water and you hide from the wind. Run from the water and hide from the wind. Also, it is very important, do not wait until a storm is coming our way. If you or a family member have medical needs, special evacuation needs, we can ask you please to sign up on our special Emergency Evacuation Assistance Program, or EEAP. It's on our website. You can complete an application. Sign up now. You can register also for emergency evacuation at miamidade.gov/emergency, or you can call 311. I can't emphasize how important that is. If you or someone you know will need assistance evacuating, the time to sign up is now. Don't wait. And what do you need to know about evacuation centers? It's very important to not wait until we announce which centers are open. Not every evacuation center will open for every storm, so we want to avoid confusion. At the evacuation centers, our elderly and special needs residents will continue to be our top priority. And employees are trained to operate these centers during emergencies. Our 81 total evacuation centers include medical evacuation centers for those who need special assistance, and we have over 100,000 residents that can be accommodated in those medical centers, and we can expand based on need. So we are hurricane ready, and we will open more sites as we need. And we also have pet-friendly evacuation centers, so be sure to bring a kennel, some pet food, and other necessary pet items. Okay, they're happy. They'll take care of. Okay. You can check at our app, also Ready Miami-Dade, to see which centers are pet-friendly and what you need to bring. So the fourth and final key step to prepare for hurricane season, and this is a relatively new one, is get your shot. If you haven't already gotten vaccinated and boosted against COVID-19, now is a critical time to do so. Protecting ourselves and our loved ones from COVID-19, which is still with us, goes hand in hand with preparing for hurricane season, in case you need to evacuate or shelter in place with extended families. So don't wait until the storm comes. Our centers are available for testing and vaccination, and CDC is recommending COVID-19 vaccines, including 2 boosters for everyone ages 5 years and older, and everyone to get vaccines and a booster for 5 and older, and anyone 50 or older or vulnerable, 2 boosters. Right? Some of us here. Remember, getting your vaccine is part of being hurricane ready. And while we are very proud to be the most vaccinated county in the state of Florida, our 7-day positivity rate is now at 20%. So we all know people who are getting sick and unfortunately staying home. Fortunately, the hospital census is staying low, so we're not at critical levels, but we must take steps. So our evacuation centers will continue allowing for safe social distancing. Although it will not be mandatory, we are going to recommend that residents wear masks to best protect all of those visiting the center, and supply kits with masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, and wipes will be available for everyone who needs it at an evacuation center. Never a bad idea to bring additional supplies on your own. Everyone will be screened at these centers. Their temperatures will be taken, and they'll be asked if they have any symptoms. And if they need to be isolated due to illness, they will be isolated. So just as last year, Miami-Dade County Public Schools will make sure that their facilities are sanitized before opening any evacuation centers. So finally, although these tips may not be new to many who live here in Miami-Dade County, it's important for all of us to stay on top of our plans and be prepared for any storms that might come our way. As climate change continues to threaten our county, we may see more frequent and intense storms and flooding, and that's why it is a key priority of my administration to both keep our community prepared and to invest in a more resilient future. We need to make sure our infrastructure is hurricane ready and storm ready so we can prepare for tomorrow's threats. So let's all be smart, let's be prepared, let's stay safe this hurricane season together. Thank you and God bless. Y unas palabras en español primero. Hoy marca el primer día de la temporada de huracanes que va del 1 de junio al 30 de noviembre. Esperamos que este año la temporada sea más intensa de lo normal, con 14 a 21 tormentas con nombre, 6 a 10 que se pueden convertir en huracanes y 3 a 6 que podrían convertirse en grandes huracanes. Sabemos muy bien que una sola tormenta puede causar una catástrofe. Okay. Sabemos muy bien que una sola tormenta puede causar una catástrofe en nuestra comunidad, por eso debemos estar preparados desde ya. Quiero recordar a nuestros residentes 4 pasos clave que deben seguir para estar preparados en esta temporada de huracanes. Infórmense. Visiten nuestro sitio web miamidade.gov para suscribirse a las alertas. Descarguen la aplicación gratis Ready Miami-Dade en sus teléfonos. Síganos en Twitter y Facebook. Llaman a 311. Prepárense para la tormenta. Recorten los árboles. Preparen los shutters para cubrir las ventanas. Tengan reservas de alimentos y suministros que duran 72 horas. Y recuerden, no necesitan salir a comprar agua. El agua de la llave en Miami-Dade es excelente. Hagan un plan. Todos deben saber qué hacer y a dónde ir si viene un huracán. Para hacer un plan, hágase las siguientes preguntas. Vivo en una zona de inundación. ¿Qué hago si necesito evacuar? ¿Qué centros de evacuación están abiertos y dónde quedan? Si usted o un familiar tiene necesidades médicas y si necesitan evacuación, inscríbanse en el programa de evacuación de emergencia en la página web o llamando a 311. Y por último, vacúnense. Si aún no se han vacunado y reforzado contra el COVID-19, ahora es el momento de hacerlo. No esperen a que llegue la tormenta. Gracias a todos. And now to our chairman, Pepe Diaz. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you for what you're doing and how we're preparing for this season. As the mayor said, we have X amount of named storms that could possibly hit and will be formed within our area. That is what's being expected. The most important thing on this is the storm that we are looking at this time, that the weather forecasters have noticed that it is possibly hitting our way. At what intensity, we don't know. Then we do know that the favorable conditions are there for it to grow and become maybe a damaging storm. So for that reason, we need to be prepared, as the mayor has stated. We need to make sure that the most important thing is common sense. Right now is not the time to cut everything and take it outside. Simply, the storm is pretty close to us, and the rain is constant. It will be raining for the next several days. Therefore, we already had some flooding in certain parts. We would probably get a lot more as this storm intensifies and heads into our area. As the mayor said also, this is a water storm, no matter how we look at it. So I already reached out to South Florida Water Management for the last 2 days. They have been dropping the levels, and making sure that all the pumps and everything within his system is perfectly functional. And that's important for all of us because we have lived through flooding in many occasions in all parts of Dade County. So we have, the other important thing, as the mayor said, is preparedness. Please, don't wait. Start getting your things that are needed as it's done in the guide, as the mayor mentioned. It's all here. We need to be not only prepared for food, and you don't have to go out and buy water, as the mayor stated also, but you do have to have food for at least 2 to 3 days to administer to your family and the people around you. And that's the other important thing, your family. You need to have a plan of evacuation and know what could happen in case something does take place. It's not good for last minute to try to plan things. That's important. Medical situations, you need to have medicine, the medicine that you need to have. You have to have it ready to go in case you need to get evacuated for any given reason. All these things are common to us that have lived here a long time because we have endured many storms, some very big hurricanes, as we did way back several years ago. We have been lucky so far to miss some very big hurricanes that could have hit us and hit us devastating. So with that, we as a community work together in these times. Communication is the most important thing that also you need to have. That is something of a must. Sometimes the electricity will not be there due to maybe trees falling on lines or whatever could happen. Therefore, battery radios are important. The most important thing is communication and a way to make sure batteries for your phones to recharge, your cell phones, and all the things that are stated once again in the book that should be at your homes. In any case, the commissioner's offices are available for information at all times. And of course, the mayor's office and the administration. So working together is important. Being with common sense is that much more important. Communication is important. The vital things that you need in case you have to evacuate is also important. Other things that we need to do is pay attention. Pay attention to the government. As in case things do come up, we will have press conference. The mayor will call a press conference, and we will give you that information that you need. And as shelters, in case of need, have to be brought into line, make sure that you are aware around your area what possible shelters could be, but please pay attention to what will be preceded in advance notice before any kind of a storm. So once again, be prepared, understand your plan with your family, understand the medicines, make sure you have plenty of that, the food that you need. Do not stock up on water. Our water is perfectly good unless that's what you prefer to do. That's on you. Do not start cutting trees right now until after this storm goes by, and then trim the trees, as the mayor stated, and make sure, because it's not the time to trim a whole tree and put it out, which in the wind might be flying everywhere and cause damage to other people. So with that, thank you, Mayor, for that. Let me say a couple of words in Spanish. Es extremadamente importante tener en esta tormenta que puede venir hacia los otros, la cosa como es sentido común. Sentido común es lo más importante. Estar seguro de las cosas que puede pasar a usted y su familia. Tener las mercancías necesarias como comida enlatadas y las cosas necesarias como están escritas en el libro que le está recibiendo en su casa, como dijo la alcaldesa. Nosotros estamos preparándolos, siempre hemos estado preparados y todos los días buscamos cosas nuevas para hacer para su seguridad y estar seguros que ustedes estén bien. El sentido común es lo más principal. Lo segundo es estar preparado. Eso es sumamente importante. Es el momento de estar en este momento buscando la preparación para ustedes en caso que no haya corriente, en caso que esta tormenta que hemos visto, que estamos monitoreando, pueda intensificarse en una tormenta mucho más mayor. Pero sí entendemos que esta tormenta viene con mucha agua. Y esa agua es un problema para nosotros en las áreas que son bajas, que hemos sabido que hay inundaciones en ciertas áreas. Va a seguir lloviendo todos los días y esto va a crear más problemas. Yo he estado con el sistema y como han estado mis colegas, comunicándose con el sistema de aguas de la Florida, del sur de la Florida, para saber, y ellos están trabajando arduamente para buscar buscar los niveles que tienen que tener para anticipación de estas lluvias que pueden venir. También chequearon las bombas, se hicieron todas las cosas necesarias para estar eficaz, por si acaso esta tormenta se crece en tamaño y en viento. Sabemos que viene mucha agua, eso es lo más importante. Comunicación con su familia, saber qué puede pasar, un plan con su familia en caso de evacuación o sus amistades para estar en conjunto. La alcaldesa dio todos los detalles necesarios. Por favor, tengan tanto, tengan sentido común, protéjanse usted y su familia. Tengan muy al tanto de las comunicaciones. Si hay algo nuevo que sucede, la alcaldesa va a llamar otra reunión como esta y vamos a darle el informe. Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Great. Thank you so much. I know that our Commissioner Sally Hayman would like to say a few words, and then we have several here I'll introduce for questions. And our Haitian Creole translation.
Thank you, Mayor. I stand with my colleagues today in the administration with incredible confidence for the exceptional status of our EOC. We are unique, not only recognized at the state and federal level and awarded as such, but we have a seamless operation. You're seeing quite a few people in uniform from our fire department. Our EOC is part of the fire department and operates seamless. We are the best resource for the people, but the most important thing that we do, whether it's the brochure that's in every household now and across the county, is empower the people with proper information. We have the most resources established by county administration than any other county. We are prepared as a government. We are reaching out to all of you, and especially the media, to help us empower our constituents, our residents, our businesses, and most especially the people visiting, to be prepared. We are standing ready to serve, but you are the front line for your protection. Thank you very much, and with confidence, I look forward to a calm and safe hurricane season. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so much. And I'd like to invite up our Creole translator. Do you want to make a comment, Commissioner?
Mayor,
Commissioner
you
Rebecca
spoke,
Sosa.
my colleagues, my chair spoke. The only thing that I want to say is, may God bless us all and take care of our county and our people. Que Dios nos bendiga a todos.
Gracias.
Add the part about they could call their commissioners.
Yes, and as well, I want to make sure you all know that we have with us our interim chief of public safety, Freddie Ramirez, our interim Miami-Dade Police Department Director, George Perez, Alan Kaminsky, chief of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, and Pete Gomez, as was previously said, over our Office of Emergency Management. And we will have our Creole translation, and then we'll open for questions. Please.
Thank you, Madame Mayor. Bonjour tout le monde. Jeudi à ce 1er juin, qui c'est premier jour dans cette période cyclonique là, qui a pris fin le 30 novembre. Jeudi à tous, c'est premier jour côté nous devons commencer à prêter attention parce que saison cyclone ça est capable un peu plus actif que saison cyclone qui passait déjà. Quand nous connaissons, il prend un seul cyclone ou bien un seul gros temps pour nous capables de gagner une catastrophe dans la région. C'est peut-être ça que nous devons être préparés. Ça que nous devons faire, nous devons être informés constamment. Et il y a une bagaille que nous devons faire encore. Nous devons parer pour le cyclone, faire en sorte que nous sommes capables de faire un plan lorsque la saison cyclone a commencé pour nous connaître ça n'a fait lorsqu'un cyclone approche sur nous. L'autre bagaille que nous avons fait pour santé nous, c'est aller prendre un vaccin pour nous capables de préparer nous tout pour santé nous capables d'être en forme. Visitez site internet miamidade.gov pour nous capables d'enregistrer pour nous recevoir alerte normale que vous envoyez de temps en temps. Télécharger sur téléphone mobile nous, application mobile Ready Miami-Dade, et ça permet que nous capables de informations qui sont nécessaires. Restez suivre nous constamment sur Twitter avec Facebook. L'autre bagaille que nous devons faire, chaque fois que nous avons besoin d'informations, relais 311. Merci.
So as a reminder, all of the 13 commissioners' offices participate in hurricane preparedness and response and are available to all of the public. So now we're open for any questions. Please.
I have a question, please. As far as gathering supplies, there's already been a problem with baby formula.
Yes.
Shipping, getting stuff in and out of the area to begin with. Is there any contingency plan for that?
So baby supply, baby formula is, of course, a national crisis. And we know that at the federal level, they have taken certain actions to move more quickly to production and also to bringing it in from outside the country. We do not have a special supply. We do have a small supply for our emergency shelters.
As far as probably the police chief, if I could, as far as price gouging, things like that, do you have anything?
Price gouging is definitely a crime. Thank you so much. Freddie, you want to address price gouging?
Good morning, everyone. Absolutely, like with every mobilization, the police will mobilize with our state attorney, Kathy Rundle, and we'll take a zero-tolerance approach to any abuses of price gouging, be it gas, food, or anything, especially during these difficult times. We will be vigilant. If you get any information on that, I always recommend you call 305-471-TIPS for any tips on that type of crime. Thank you.
And as far as from the fire department, please, as far as safety after the storm, if you could address that, what people should be aware of.
Good morning. Biggest concern down power lines as well as standing water. So remaining inside your house until the fire department roams around and make sure everything is secure and safe to come outside.
Any other questions? Okay. All right, let's all be safe. Thank you. God bless.